Hi everyone, Jon.Kozesky here with the Green Area Chamber of Commerce, your small business advocate. In this era of social distancing, we at the Chamber are focused on some distance socializing. So in an effort to do that, I've invited our friend from Friday Forum, Todd Kotler of Gruber, Thomas and Company, to join me today. Todd, how are you?
I'm doing well, John. It's good to see you, or at least it's good to see you virtually.
Well, it's good to see you virtually as well, my friend. It's been a number of weeks now.
Yeah, yeah, we're kind of in the new normal here. Everybody's being really precautious. We are doing appointments at our office, but strictly by appointments. There's no walk-in right now. We're taking every measure to keep our clients as safe as possible, and frankly, keep our attorneys as safe as possible. I myself have a wife who's immunocompromised, and though we're thankful that she got her cancer-free PET scan last week, we just cannot be careful enough. And so I certainly encourage everybody out there to take their time, take every precaution, and follow the CDC recommendations. John, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm actually doing even better now that I heard that wonderful news about Lynn. Congratulations to you and your family.
Thank you so much. We're really grateful. Um, One thing that I really want to stress to all of our watchers out there, all of our audience, is that while the stimulus money is certainly coming, and while that homeowners and landowners have been given a break on their mortgages through the federal government, those who rent do not have that same luxury and are going to need to either keep current on their rent if that's possible, or they need to be in touch with their landlords. There is a provision in many commercial landlord-tenant agreements called a force majeure clause, and that may provide some relief in terms of whether or not they can immediately be evicted, or whether or not they can be caused to pay a penalty even beyond the governor's current orders. I'm sure you're aware that the governor has suggested, or strongly suggested, to the various municipal courts that there be an abatement on any of the eviction actions currently, and I believe the Supreme Court of Ohio has also followed through on that, putting those on continuance until the end of May. But in the meanwhile, your landlord and may be compelled to hold off on a penalty in terms of a fine during the period of force majeure, and that is a instance either by an act of God or a disease or a government order that prevents a landlord or a tenant for fulfilling their part of the agreement.
Interesting. So it sounds like what I'm taking away from this is the key to all of it, Todd, is communication. Communicate with your landlord, communicate with your banks, and with your creditors.
Absolutely. Your creditors, your landlords, and your tenants, if you have a commercial tenant that you're worried about, since we have a lot of landlords as part of our clientele and frankly as part of our chamber, none of these people can read minds. And so the best thing that you can do in the time of crisis like this is to communicate, because we're all in this together.
Absolutely. That is the key takeaway is that we are all in this together, Todd. I think the final question I have is you're locked in your house. It's you and Lynn. I know you got the two dogs. What are you doing with your time? Are you playing the banjo? Are you learning Russian? What are you doing?
Um, not learning Russian. I used to work with some Russians, so I know enough Russian to get by with a series of Russian sailors. Basically, I can speak Russian that's not acceptable in any any mixed company.
We got a family program here, Todd.
Well, no, we're certainly walking the dogs. I'm improving my cooking skills. Occasionally playing guitar. Typically when Lynn's outside and doesn't have to listen to me practicing. Whereas she likes to hear me play, she doesn't like to hear me practice necessarily.
And what's the number one song you've been playing these days?
A new Beatles parody. I don't want to hold your hand.
We always have to end it on a joke, Todd. Well, hey, Todd Kotler of Gruber, Thomas & Company, we certainly appreciate your time today. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have, so my apologies to Matt Damon, but we'll be sure to get to him in our next interview. In the meantime, keep home, keep healthy, and keep shopping local.